D-Man with the voices on the track. What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's D-Man the voice, Dylan T. Dill Pickle, don't fucking call me that. And today, we're doing another Am I the Asshole? You know how it goes. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more dribble. Just like Thibble? That doesn't work, but you know what I'm saying. Just like, share, subscribe, please. I'm over on Twitter X, linked in the description. I am a voice actor. You can follow me in all my exploits over there. I say funny things. I post pictures of my adorable animals. If you've seen my shorts, you know what they look like. They're the cutest! Alright, with all that being said, everybody, let's get into who's the asshole today, huh? You know, I love to read them, give my opinions on what's going on. Yeah. Oh, kibbly bibbly bibbly zibbly himmily bibbly zibbly bop. Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for kissing my husband in front of my family to prove a point? What point is that? You trying to prove to your brothers that you're taken right now? Sweet home Alabama. Ancestry.com is not a dating site. Other than that, I don't know what point you're trying to prove. Let's see. I, 29 female, an American nurse. Is you being American and a nurse prudent to the story? I bet it is. Am married to my amazing husband, 30 male, who's Arab. See, I knew it'd come into it. And works as a software engineer. We've been married for a few years and have one child together. To be honest, my husband is incredibly handsome. Oh shit, she got herself a dime piece! Or whatever the Arab version of a dime piece says, I don't know. What's the currency over there? Rupees? I don't know. She got herself a straight rupee! Anyway, to be honest, my husband's incredibly handsome. Picture didn't happen. I need to see how hot your husband is. Show me your hot husband. He's tall, with olive skin, and striking green eyes. Ooh, girl, I'm getting hot just thinking about it. Okay, Prince Caspian. I admit I've dealt with some jealousy now and then because, well, women notice him a lot. It's not just women, baby. I'm noticing him right now and I ain't even seen him. Bring him forth. Bring him forth right now. I see the point you were trying to prove. You're trying to prove that that's yo man. That's yo man right here. These other bitches can't have him. That's yo man. All right. We actually met because of his health. Okay? He has pernicious anemia. Oh no, meaning he needs a B12. Need a shot of B12. No, you do. Girl, need a shot of boys 12. It's overdue. Shout out if you get that reference. Shout out to Steve and Anita. He's a B12 injection every month for life, and I was his nurse. Over time, we fell in love and got married. Very Hallmark. Love it. He's kind, caring, and a wonderful father, but he still holds on to some Middle Eastern habits. For example, he refuses to kiss in public, okay? Especially in front of family, and he prefers to keep a little distance from my family, saying that too much interaction often leads to unnecessary problems. I've come to respect that. It's just part of who he is. Okay, I can see that. It's a cultural thing, you know? Like, some people aren't, for cultural reasons or otherwise, just aren't okay with, PDA like that. That's fine. I'm not a very, publicly, PDA type person. Of course, I'm asexual, so that's, probably part of that. I will obviously kiss my girlfriend in public, and, not fucking ugh, but a little peck here and there, we'll hold hands and, hug her and whatnot. Like, it's not crazy, but, I could understand why, somebody wouldn't want, that kind of stuff. I mean, the family stuff is a little bit interesting. I don't know what he means by unnecessary problems. I'm not sure what he exactly means by that. But again, cultural differences. It sounds like it's not, that big of a deal. But we'll see. Recently, though, something weird happened. My younger sister, 25, decided to spread a story that my husband is cold, rude, and mistreats me, and that I'm too afraid to tell anyone. Oh, good. I have no idea why she did this, but my parents completely believed her. That's weird. Without any proof or anything like that? That's great. They didn't even ask you first? Okay. They began dropping by my house frequently, saying they just wanted to check in and see how I was doing with the baby. After a while, my mom finally confessed the real reason for their visits. They were worried about me because of the story my sister told them. I was furious. I mean, yeah, it's having shit like that being spread about your husband and just believed without any further evidence or anything like that is pretty wild. Maybe these are the fucking problems bro was talking about, huh? Maybe this is why he said off leads to unnecessary problems, because he knew that your younger sister was going to be too much fucking drama and didn't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? When I confronted my sister, she just laughed and said it was a joke. Bitch, that's not a joke. What the? That's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know a joke. I am funny, damn it. And that is not a joke. You just insulted the man's character. You just insulted the man's character and your sister's marriage and said, I was just kidding. Bitch, fuck you. What the hell? But the damage was already done, and my parents were seriously concerned. On my husband's birthday, on my husband's birthday, I decided to invite the entire family over. I thought, okay, let's end this nonsense once and for all. During the celebration, I gave my husband a kiss in front of everyone. Now, keep in mind that my husband is incredibly shy about public affection. He immediately turned red and looked so embarrassed. Okay. Later, after the guests left, he told me he was really angry. He felt humiliated and said that I knew how much he dislikes being put on the spot like that, especially in front of our families. I explained that I only did it to shut down the rumors my sister had started and to show everyone that our relationship is perfectly fine. Well, it was. I don't think it is now. Now I feel guilty because I hate making him uncomfortable, especially on his birthday. Oh, God, it was on his birthday? Oh, that's right, it was on his birthday! You decided to fucking set his boundaries on fire on his birthday? Like, there's never a good time for that, but on his birthday? Damn, bitch! At the same time, I felt I needed to take control of the situation to stop my family from believing the nonsense my sister had spread. So, Reddit, I'm not Reddit, but I will tell you, am I the asshole for embarrassing my husband for kissing him in front of my family, even though I knew it would make him uncomfortable just to prove a point? Yes. Yes, you are. Listen, I understand your thought process. I understand your reasoning. I understand why you did what you did and what you were thinking and all that. However, the way you chose to prove your point was to overstep and disregard a very clear and reasonable boundary that your husband has that is ingratiated both into his personality and his culture, right? And so that is asshole behavior. I mean, regardless of the intent behind it, regardless of, how well-meaning you were, what point you were trying to prove, and while I do understand that, you still way overstepped your husband's boundaries to prove this point, and that is where you're the asshole, right? That is where the asshole behavior in lies. Not the point you were trying to prove, because I understand you were trying to show everyone that your relationship and your husband and everything like that are strong, and you love each other, and you're together, and there's no problems, and I do understand that, and that's a great point to try to prove, but the way you went about trying to prove it by completely disregarding his boundaries and his comfort level on his birthday of all times is some serious, asshole, pretty, upsetting behavior, like this is a boundary he's been very clear about from what you described. He's been very clear about it. And you said you were okay with, and you have respected, and boundaries like that are not situationally important, right? They're not like things you follow until you decide you have a good reason to cross them. You know what I mean? Like, you could have made a point without doing that. You could have pulled them. You and your husband could have sat down privately with them, maybe privately with your family, with your, your parents and whatever, and explained everything. You could have had your sister say, brought her along and been like, hey, tell them what you said, and that it was just tell them what you said wasn't serious and that you were just joking, right? Like, kind of quash it that way. Like, I get, like, you tried to do it in one fell swoop with this big grand gesture, but the fact that you decided to do that and this gesture, knowing that it was something that would upset him, makes you the asshole in this situation, okay? Like, your sister's also a dick, because why the fuck would you do that, right? But if you're asking if you're the asshole for what you did with your husband, Yes, you are. You are the asshole for completely disregarding his boundaries and his culture and his feelings on the situation. There are myriad of ways you could have handled this that did not involve completely crossing and overstepping his boundaries. And he has every right to be upset at you for this, right? And it's kind of ironic, isn't it? That in an effort to show how strong your relationship is and how good you guys are together, you caused a problem. You actually did more damage to your relationship than those rumors ever did, right? Because instead of them just being like, oh, rumors, I'm sure he just brushed off as like, people are going to think what they want, instead of just letting those rumors just, be what they were, or trying to explain them away, or trying to, talk to people about them and, try to explain that none of this is true. You instead decided to do this grand gesture and actually did more damage to your relationship than the rumors ever did. So that is painfully ironic that is how this went. Yeah. No, you are the asshole in this situation. Apologize to your husband for what you did. Do your best efforts to make amends. And then if your family members still having problems with, the rumors or whatever, go about sitting down with them and explaining the situation, explaining what happened, explaining that none of this is true and all that, right? As you should have done to begin with. Okay. Let's look at a couple more of these comments while we wrap up here. Your entitlement is screaming. Oh boy, a lot of these people are getting into this. The people in these comments are, I love a good comment section, right? There's so many. I've been in a few, never really saying anything crazy, but I've had people in my comments saying all kinds of wackadoo crazy shit. And, just internet people are wild, huh? Comment section people are wild. At any rate, that's about the size of this one. This one's pretty clear and cut and dry. Seems like the comments agree. A lot of YTAs, Yoda assholes in here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Was she an asshole for overstepping? Or, do you agree with what she did? Let me know. And let me know in all the comments of my videos what you think. I always want to hear your guys' opinions on the things I talk about, I know I'm still small and trying to build back to where I was and all that and everything, but hey, leave your comments, man. Leave your comments on the they help the videos. I love to hear your opinions on things. I love to hear, what you guys have to say. And, if ever I say something about, one of these am I the asshole things and you don't agree with what I said, let's talk about it. Let's discuss, your point of view on things respectfully. Okay. Don't be a dickhead, but, let's talk about it. Let's have some meaningful discourse about some of these topics, huh? Maybe? No? I don't know. Asking for meaningful discourse on the internet is like asking for water to burn you. That's a dumb analogy. Water can burn you. Boils. Asking for fire to cool you down? Is that... God, those are some stupid... It's outro time. God, those were dumb. Good Lord. Outro time. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. For more content just like this, check me out over on Twitter X. Link in the description. I say funny shit over there, too. Before we go, though, you guys, you probably don't know. I'm not big enough to have those kind of things yet, but it's time for the special message. Okay? And the special message today is, everybody, respect your partner's boundaries. I know I've talked about that before, respecting boundaries, but it's important. We talked about that today. Respect your partner's boundaries, and if ever your solution to a situation involves overstepping someone's boundaries, that's probably not the best solution you could think of, right? Like, there are plenty of ways she could have gone about that weren't what she did. She ended up hurting her husband more than anybody by doing what she did. But the point is, boundaries are important, right? Having boundaries are important. Respecting boundaries are important in a relationship that's romantic or otherwise. All relationships in life. It's important to have boundaries with your work. It's important to have boundaries in your relationships, with your friendships, with your family. It's important to have appropriate boundaries. And it's also important, on a different note here, to respect other people's cultures too. Especially if you're going to choose to be with that person, right? Because if you choose to be with somebody from a different culture, you have to then make a concerted effort to learn about and understand their culture and what is different from their culture from about yours, right? Like, because she married a man who is from, an Arab culture, from Middle East, where they have, a lot of different, they go about things a lot of different ways in certain aspects, right? They are usually more conservative about certain things, and as we saw, so the point is if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, or even friends with somebody, if you're going to have somebody in your life that comes from a different culture than you, then you need to make it a point to learn about their culture and learn and respect it, right? And respect it and understand that, like, something that may not be, anything to you and your culture and the way you were brought up might be everything to them. And it's important to understand that. It's important to understand those differences and realize that people are different. They came up in different ways, and as long as, nobody's hurting anybody, to respect where people come from, right? Now, we could get into, like, things that aren't okay about certain cultures and things like that, and the way that some cultures treat, certain women or certain minorities or what have you. But, like, the point is, like, the grander culture, it's important to recognize the person and their beliefs and their cultural significance and what they bring to the table and what is offensive to them and what is not offensive to them. And, so that like, you don't do anything inadvertently to hurt their feelings, and then maybe help them understand you so that they don't, say something that you find offensive that they had no idea about, right? It's all about give and take. It's all about talking to each other, right? It's all about discussing each other's differences and each other's, strengths and where people come from and everything like that. Like, it all boils down to just talking to each other, man. And that's something that we've lost a lot of in this day and age, in this culture, in America. I'm talking about America now. It's something that we've lost. And honestly, there's just the internet age all over the place. Now it's just America. But, like, just the internet age is something that we've lost, is just talk to each other, man. Like, and that's coming from somebody who fucking hates people, and I don't like talking to people ever. But, like, in situations like that, like, people I do talk to are my friends, and I learn about my friends, and I know about my friends, and I know I know their stories, I know where they come from, and I do my best to respect everything about them, and, because I love them, they're my friends. And so, like, I have friends that come from all kinds of different walks of life, I have male friends, female friends, I have friends from different countries, I have friends, from different backgrounds that have different first languages, like, I have friends from all over, and it's important to understand different cultures, and how different cultures and, ethnicities and races and everything see and react to things, especially if you want to have them in your life, especially if you're going to be in a romantic relationship with somebody. Like, that's imperative. So, at the end of the day, the message is just, as it always is, usually, what everything I say usually boils down to is just understanding, man. Just understanding people, understanding yourself, and just do your best to be a good person. That's really really the crux of it, is just do your best to be a good person. All right? Well, that being said, everybody, thank you for listening and watching. Thank you for being here. Stay frosty. Pretty easy these days. It's chilly outside. Brr. And do the work. You know how it is. Do the work. And I'll see you on the next one, all right? Have a great day. Peace. Hoop.